All right.
Let's see. What's that called when something's... Oh, there we go. Never mind. I'm dumb. I was like, what's it called when something's weak to something? I was like, oh yeah, weak to something. That's so...
Okay.
I'm so dumb sometimes.
It happens.
Oh, yeah, now I'm just gonna make those things like fucking 1d4.
Terrified what you're talking about.
Yeah, this isn't Curse of Strahd, this is Curse of Josh. So...
Here.
And I wrote everything I need to know on a little note card.
Let's red. Red's a good color.
Alright, let me see. What's the... Oh yeah, no, that's easy. Of course those are easy. What about these? Yeah, that's good too. What about them? Yeah, that's fine. That's right, I need to double check on these. What damage? What types of damage is your character capable of? Is it just normal damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh yeah. So these are all fine. The only problem here is hit points of things. Let me see. Do like... Okay. Oh, good. These guys are going to be a little tough.
There we go.
What's up?
Oh, if you look at the splash screen.
Oh, let's see. I'm just gonna say it flat. How much HP do you think a gargoyle should have?
Gargoyle?
A gargoyle at like when we're first level, like first and second level, maybe even third.
Well, I mean, if that's the first thing you're planning to throw me up against, remember I can only do 4 damage at a time, 6 on a crit, or 5 on a crit, not even 6.
Yep. Well, this is Curse of Josh, so all right. These would be tiny gargoyles. That seems good. I think I got it planned out really well now. Yeah, I think that's good.
I'm gonna die in 5 minutes.
Let's see. Yeah, these are all this. Yep. Like, I just made something 1 HP, so there we go. Dumb dude.
All right, so with that,
yeah.
Oh
yeah, with that.
With that, welcome to Curse of Josh.
Are you recording?
I am recording. I've been recording for the last, 10 minutes.
Oh my god. Alright, cool. There was a little bit of meta talk there, but that's okay.
It's alright.
Josh doesn't know it's happening. Yet. So yeah, we're playing Curse of Strahd, but not really, and that's why it's called Curse of Josh. So why don't you introduce the character, Josh? Go ahead.
So, my character is Gans Ern Feldrat. He's a Simic hybrid, created as a berserker for the Simic Guardians. One day on the battlefield, a dark figure fell upon the battlefield and gathered up many of his comrades. And so the guild sent him on a quest to find either the dark figure and rescue his comrades or seek revenge.
Okay, and with that, all your leads have pointed you to the Vistani people somewhere out in the world, and you come across a fortune teller that you seem to think might be able to help.
Am I outside her tent, or have I entered her tent, or...
You're totally outside her tent. And it's totally at, like, some sort of medieval carnival, I guess. So there's popcorn, maybe. Made with magic, of course. Because this is D&D. And...
I don't think that they would need magic to make popcorn.
Shut up! They're using little fiery hands to pop some corn, okay? Just like... prestidigitation and pop, 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 pop. Would you like some popcorn?
No.
Oh, you've come for fortunes of Madame Eva, haven't you? Obviously, this is a mustachioed man that's outside wearing a gentleman's attire that has seen you approach. And he's currently eating popcorn, since you refused it.
I feel she may have information for me.
Come right in. It's not expensive. Wait, did I give you starting gold?
I mean, technically, I have some from my my class. Or my background, or one of those two. I have like 10 gold from the background.
Okay. It only costs 10 gold to see her.
And I stand there pondering it for a minute and ultimately come to the decision that the guild will reimburse me in the end, so it doesn't matter. And I enter into the tent.
Thank you very much. And she's like, I've been expecting you, Ganzern Feldrout.
I raise an inquisitive eyebrow, or what's left of my eyebrows after the Simic mutations that have been done to me.
Yes, I heard it from the ether. I actually have ghosts that stand outside, invisible, that saw you approach, and, they just peered into your memories and pulled out a name. But you're here because you need help with something, I assume. What can I do for you? What can Madame Eva do for you?
My research has told me that you may know something about the dark figure that collected my comrades.
Yes, let me resort to my divination, and all of the tent, which is lit with candles. All the candles burst up into huge flames. Poof, and she says, "Oh, it's him again. Oh, I thought we were done, but I see he has taken no interest in you. Weird.
On the
But he does have your friends, though."
they were more evolved than I was, so it makes sense.
Yes. So, what do you want to know?
Where can I find him?
Well, I wouldn't do this for normal people, but you are not a normal person, are you? She eyes your what's left of your eyebrows.
If the blue skin didn't give it away, no. I'm not.
Oh, I'm colorblind. I don't see such things. But oh, okay, of course, of course. I could perform a ritual and send you there immediately if you would like.
Anything I should know about where you're sending me?
Well, it's an accursed place. You know, and lots of vampires and monsters and things like roam in the night. And actually, the one you seek is the vampire, Strahd. And immediately there's a bad omen, and you see all the flames burst up, and a smoke is created in the shape of a horse with a man riding on top. And then it just disappears, and you hear just a slight laugh emanate from the smoke.
Vampires are nothing new to me.
Oh, well, okay. Well then, I could send you there immediately. Question: Would you like it? Would you like the long travel plan or the express?
Get me there now.
With haste, he says. Okay. Well, good luck. Let me perform the ritual. And she just starts speaking in weird incantations. And eventually, smoke starts to fill the room. Or is it mist? You're not really sure, but little tiny hands seems to emanate from it that seem to be grasping towards you.
I'm gonna try and, deflect them away from me.
Yes. You do seem to chop off the little smoke hands, but it only creates more smoke hands, and the smoke continues to fill the room. And you can't even see the entrance that you came behind, but you can still see Madame Eva's face from the other side, almost as if she's looking through a hole through the misty pillar that now surrounds you. And she says, "It shouldn't hurt too much." And eventually you get covered in this mist. And you feel just a whoosh, like you're being pulled really fast, possibly miles or thousands of miles, you're not sure. Like you've just been swept off your feet. And, woof. And eventually you hit the ground. could you give me an acrobatics check?
Oh, sure, go for the one I'm not proficient in. Oh, fuck.
All right. So you hit the floor on your face for 3 damage.
God damn it.
And
okay.
And below you is just around you. It's so misty, you just can't really see more than like 6 inches ahead of your face. But it sounds quiet. Every now and then you hear, well, actually the ground is kind of slushy, and the trees, as you walk, if you hit into the trees, these trees are strangely shaped. But the mist starts to feel like really sticky. Like you start to feel really sticky on your skin, and it feels uncomfortable. It's kind of a similar feeling to, what's that plant called? You don't want to touch when you're in the woods as a kid. I mean, you probably don't as an adult either.
Poison oak or poison
Yeah,
ivy.
like yeah, it feels like kind of like you just touched poison ivy, but it's all across your exposed skin.
Well, I'm gonna try and get out of this mist.
Okay. So, yeah, as you barrel through the mist, it does start to burn as you continue walking. Uh, and actually, let's see how well you do. Give me an acrobatics check again.
Fuck.
All right.
I'm
I'll
gonna
make this a 1d4. You run into a tree for 4 damage.
I'm gonna die before I've even left the mist.
And oddly enough, any armor you were wearing, it seems to be corroding on you. And as you hit the tree, parts of your armor just fall off as well on top of it, and
Damn.
the clothes underneath start to just like melt. Uh, and so, give me another acrobatics check.
Woo!
Okay, you happen to avoid that tree. And but your stuff is starting to just melt, and everything that's on you just melts away. Um, but eventually, you get to the other end of the mist. Um, what weapons did you have, by the way?
I had a battle axe and 2 hand axes.
Well, it looks like one of your hand axes looks like a wooden stake now. Your other hand axe might be usable, but it's just only not much left of what's on the metal. So the battle axe you have looks like a spear at this point.
Okay. I don't know how much a wooden stake would weigh. Probably like a pound, 2 pounds.
Probably like a pound, yeah.
And actually, let me pop that back in so I can just drag and drop a couple things. So you said one of my hand axes still looks usable?
Yeah, one of your hand axes is usable. It'll probably break after one use, though.
Alright, well, that's still one use. And then my battle axe looks like a spear.
Yep.
Well, I can still use it as such. Okay.
But now you have no armor, and you're mostly left with what looks to just be like rotten clothes that have just it's just messed up, you know. Anything that you had was metal, though, is extremely corroded. But the good news is you didn't get enough on your skin to do any real damage, other than running into that tree earlier.
Okay, well,
And so,
I actually don't think I had any armor. I think it was all just clothes. Yeah, no, it was all clothes because I'm a barbarian.
Oh, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. All right. Well, either way, you seem to hear the howling of wolves in the distance. But otherwise, it's just a strange-looking forest with just twisted trees in various odd shapes and sizes. As you explore mode, eventually you find a road.
Alright, well, before going out onto the road, I'm going to hold my spear at the ready so that I can easily use it. My once battle axe.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna I'm gonna go out and follow the road.
Okay.
Do I notice any lights or anything anywhere indicating a town of some kind, or?
Well, as you make your way down the road, you come across these giant gates with two headless giant stone statues that stand looking out, or facing out, like facing in your direction,
Hmm.
in front of a giant gate. And you make out the words Barovia, that covers the archway.
I've never heard of that plane. So I'm going to walk up to the gates and try to open them.
Yep. Yeah, no, it seems like any sort of mechanisms that allow the gates to open normally have long since rusted away, but it seems like the holes are large enough to fit through. Like you could manage your way. It's not like a normal portcullis or anything.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just going to slip right on through and go through the gate.
Yep. You do so just fine. And and actually, I guess should I be rolling for random encounters?
All right, if you want to.
All right. Yeah. No. On your way down the as you continue down the road, two wolves jump out of the bushes like a Pokemon, and they howl at you. Good. And actually, let me see. Wolves. Wolf. Monsters. Could you give me a perception check?
A perception check. Haha.
Okay, no one's surprised, so roll initiative. All right. Both the wolves come up and bite you for 1d4 damage apiece.
Jesus Christ.
And actually, I'll do two. And actually, it's going to be four. It's going to be 2d20. They have advantage, so. Ooh. All right, so we got one crit, and the other one is 16.
Yeah, they both hit.
Okay, so 3d4. So they do 6 damage together.
And I am very, very much in pain.
Yes.
So I am going to, let's see, since they both just bit me, I'm going to rage.
Okay.
I just go into a frenzy and I take up my spear with both hands and I jam it into one of them.
Hits. You kill it. And that actually causes the other one to take off. It just runs away from you.
And so as it's running, I'm actually going to throw my hand axe at it since it looks like it's gonna break anyways.
All right. Yeah, do so with advantage. I think you get that anyways as rage, right? No. Hits. Yeah, you kill that one too.
In my rage.
You just hear a little whimper. And it dies.
And
for the nature of this, I hope you've already like added the things you need for your character level ups, because I'm just gonna let you level up right now.
Oh, neat.
And because we're doing it solo, every time you level up, you go back up to max HP.
Neat. All right. Thankfully, I can just character mancer myself. Do. Apply. Neat. I now have a fuck ton of hit points.
Nice.
Ooh, and I get my rage back. Or no, I wouldn't because it wasn't a rest. So. All right.
And eventually, now, continuing down the path, feeling more powerful, you come across the village of Barovia. And there's a sign that just says the village of Barovia. But it looks like it's just completely decrepit. Most of the buildings destroyed. Many of them look like they've been razed and burned to the ground. The mist surrounds this village just completely.
Okay.
And in the center of the village, you see a house that looks perfectly intact.
Well, that's not suspicious.
Um,
I'm gonna make my way to the house and knock on the door.
Yep. And as you make your way down the house, or as you make your way to the house, you come across a building that looks like it used to be a shop. And
Okay.
out in front of it, it looks like there's someone sweeping.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop and talk to them.
Okay. And as you approach to talk to them, his head just turns around 180 degrees towards you, just his head. And he says, Strahd. And then the rest of his body turns and he takes a swing at you with his broom.
That does not hit.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna jab my spear into his face.
Right.
And I miss.
and yeah, you you miss. Yep, and he says, Strahd rules all in a kind of zombie-like way, and he just he tries. I guess he just tries to hit you with his broom again. And it breaks on you.
In which case, I'm actually going to. I'm just gonna kind of, I figure I break the broom with my spear in one hand, and I'm just gonna punch him.
Okay. Yep, that hits.
So yeah, 4 damage.
Yeah, sure. Let me see. Did I? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. And it looks like for some reason when you hit him, he stepped weirdly and his whole leg just falls off. And he falls to the ground and you just see like coagulated blood just slowly oozing out. And he just looks up to you and he just starts to claw upward. You get another attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and stab my spear into his head with my other hand.
Oh yeah, it succeeds.
So, yeah.
And you just end his life, or if you can call it a life, since he's undead and everything.
I hate zombies. And so I'm gonna pick up my spear and kind of wipe it off on whatever clothing he had, and I'm gonna steal his pants.
Okay.
So I at least have something covering my lower half. Probably his shoes too.
All right. Yeah. That's all good. That's all good. Let me see if they fit. Barely. They barely fit. It's pretty tight.
If I go into a rage, they'll rip off. Got it.
All right. Are you gonna take a look at Are you gonna take a look inside the shop
Yeah,
in quotes?
yeah. I'm gonna take a look and see what's there.
All right. Um, roll 1d_t, or not 1d_t. We're gonna do a 10 1d_t shop. Yeah. Oh my god, I did it wrong. Put a D in there. I'm dumb. It's fucking case. Sorry. Capital S. All right. You find 20 crossbow bolts, a sack, an abacus for calculating anything you need, an oil flask, 50 feet of rope, a holy emblem made of silver, one sheet of parchment, a bag of 1,000 ball bearings, 20 arrows as well, and a sledgehammer.
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna take the sledgehammer and the rope and the holy emblem.
Okay. And for the sledgehammer, you might as well just make that 1d8 damage, I suppose.
There it is. Oh wow, it actually doesn't have an attack attached to it. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Rope. Does it matter what kind of rope it is? Should I describe the hempen rope?
Yeah, it could be whatever rope you want it to be.
Well, I mean, there's magical ropes in here too.
Well, it's definitely not magical.
Yeah. And then holy symbol. What the heck? Oh, holy emblem. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. Add. How much would that weigh? Like one?
A sledgehammer, probably
No. The sledgehammer is 10.
Okay, got it. The rope?
Yeah, no, the holy emblem.
Oh, the holy emblem? It'd be less than 1 pound.
Cool.
Yeah, and you also come across a strange substance. A white, gooey substance made of the Elmer.
You said 1d8 for the sledgehammer?
Yes.
Now, is that just single-handling it, or?
Oh yeah, that could be. It could be versatile. 1d8 versatile, which would be 1d6 one-handed, 1d8 two-handed.
Okay. So there's that one. Ah! Windows, shut up. Sorry, I'm adding in attacks.
It's all good. It's all good.
5 feet, no magic bonus. Bludgeoning. Okay. Neat. Okay, so arrows.
Yes. You also find a, I guess a bottle or a flask of some weird gooey white substance that feels very sticky.
I'm just gonna leave that there. I don't want to know what they were doing.
On the side, there's actually a name that seems to be engraved on the bottle that just says Elmer.
You know what? Sure, I'll take the bottle. I'll take the bottle. Fuck it.
All right. Cool. All right. So now what do you want to do?
Well, now I'm gonna continue on over to the house.
Yeah. Yeah, so this looks so you get there. And it basically looks like some old Victorian style house, and it looks like it's just in pristine condition.
And I'm gonna knock on the door.
No one answers the door.
I'm going to open the door.
Yeah, actually, as you get ready to, as your hand moves towards the doorknob, the door just kind of creaks open on its own.
I'm gonna ready my sledgehammer. as I
Yep.
as I walk through, ready to just brain any zombie there.
Yes, yes. Oh, Jesus. I'm just gonna... Can't find it in the book, so I'm just gonna open it on here. I just need the reference.
Ah, okay.
Aha! Aha! There we go. That's all I need. So you come across an archway, and there seems to be paintings of the douchebags that used to live here, and they all have Durst under the name, and they all look really smug. And at the end of the hallway is a stained glass stained glass windowed door.
I'm gonna go up to. Do I see anything other than the pictures and the stained glass window door?
No, and it's fairly dark in here.
Okay. I'm just gonna go up to the up to the door.
Okay. And do you want to open the doors?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the stained glass door.
All right. They open. I should always roll for stupid stuff like this. And you hear the glass on it just crack slightly as the door opens. And there's a fireplace on the left that just suddenly bursts into flames. And the entire living room just comes alive with light. And you see stairs to the right. And you almost see shadows that seem to move away from the light. Just a glimpse. And they go upstairs.
Well, I'm going to.
Oh, and there's a door. There's also a door on the left side of the room, and on the right side of the stairs.
I'm going to go up the stairs.
Okay. All right. The stairs creak as you go up, and you come to a second floor and another fireplace. That's at the end on the second floor, just in front of you, just lights up a flame. But you don't see the shadows. You do see 4 suits of armor, in quotes. It's very decorative looking armor.
I'm going to search them to see if they have, like, a sword or something with them.
Yeah, I mean, no, they just have, why not? Most of the swords seem fake except one. And this sword, It looks like it's a long sword with a emblem of a windmill on it.
I'm gonna take the sword.
All right. When you pick up the sword, the arms on the gauntlet just kind of rotate upwards as if a weight has been lifted off of it, and you hear something shut from the room behind you. There's two rooms with double doors. I forgot to mention that the suits of armor in front of.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hold the sword at the ready there,
Mhm.
and move towards the doors.
Okay. When you open the doors, it's just dusty and musty in this room that looks like a library. You see a skeleton sitting in a chair and an unwritten letter in front of him. And there's a ton of bookcases.
Okay. Hmm. Well, I think I'm gonna leave this room alone because I've dealt with enough enough magical people to understand that a skeleton sitting alone in a room filled with books is never a good thing.
Okay. Yep.
And I'm going to proceed to go down the stairs.
There's also more upstairs.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check one of the other rooms.
Okay.
Um,
So you're gonna go even further up the stairs, I assume.
yeah.
Okay. And up here is just looks to be an odd place for a gargoyle at the top of this landing, overlooking the stairs.
Hmm. Okay. Should I add the sword to my inventory there?
Yeah, you can add the sword to your inventory.
Okay. That way it gives me the attack for it since I've got it at the ready. Uh, I'm going to. I'm going to continue up, keeping an eye on that gargoyle.
Yep. As you keep an eye on the gargoyle, it almost looks, for a moment, you weren't sure if it was light or if it was the gargoyle, but its eyes seem to have shifted towards you and then away from you.
I think I'm gonna give it a closer inspection there.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
Oh boy. Straight down the middle.
Yeah, straight down the middle. Yep. You just you feel like it's a little spooky, but you're not sure if it's any more than that. It does seem to be made of stone.
All right. Well, I'm going to put the sword on my hip there through one of the belt loops or something. I'll figure out a way to carry it.
Yep.
Since I've been holding a sledgehammer and a spear, and I'm not sure how I'll hold both of those as well.
Yeah, you got some upgrades, I suppose. Natural upgrades.
I have a natural holder for what was my great axe. And that's just what the spear is resting in, and the sledgehammer's just been kind of in my hand.
Yep.
Or on my hip. Yeah.
But there's a ton of doors in here. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 doors One of those sets is double doors.
Where are the doors located exactly?
There's double doors to the north. There's a single door to the south, which looks like it leads to a large room. There is a door just beyond, or to the left, and there's another door to the northwest that is looking at the double doors.
Okay. I think I'm going to go through the south door first.
Okay. When you go through the south door, you see what looks to be a bedroom. And you also start to hear just a slight crying sound coming from the corner of the room just past your vision. There's a wall on your left that you can't see past. So just beyond that, this tiny, small 5x5 hallway, I guess you could say.
I'm gonna call out. Is anyone there?
You hear the crying stop, and you see almost a blue light start to emanate from the corner of the room to your left.
All right, I'm gonna hold the sledgehammer at the ready, since the sword is resting.
It looks, yeah.
And I'm going to investigate the blue light.
Okay. You may have never seen one yourself, but what you see is what looks to be an apparition or a ghost, and she seems to be holding, or what, she looks like she's holding a baby, and she's trying to speak. She's trying to speak bedtime stories to it, but her speech is always interrupted, and it's like she's some sort of repeating pattern.
I'm going to walk up to her and try to get a better look at her.
Mm-hmm. All right. And when you get a better look, when you get close to her, how close do you want to be?
I'm gonna say, probably about 5 feet.
Okay.
Within striking distance.
Yep. She does. She just. It's not as if her head moves towards you. It's almost like it just immediately shifts, and she's just looking right at you. And her face looks completely warped, mangled, and strange. And she just says, "Don't hurt the baby."
Can I see if she's actually holding a baby?
It looks like there's nothing in her hands.
So I'm going to ask her, where is the baby?
And does she realize she's not holding her baby? No. Right here in my hands. Who are you? Or, who are you? Gotta get creepy.
My name's Ganzern. I'm looking for a vampire.
And she says, "Is it Strahd von Sarovich?"
I'm just imagining, like, as she says it, thunder crashes and, horses whinny in the distance.
Yeah, of course. That's totally what's happening right now. Dun, dun, dun.
I suppose that's who it would be. He's said to be the strongest of them, right?
The Lord of Dread. and shadows seem to be forming underneath of her.
And I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna leave her to it and walk out the door.
Yep. And as you get close to the door just slams, and it sounds like all of the doors in the house slam. It's almost thunderous.
And then I'm gonna take my sledgehammer and slam it into it really quick.
Yeah, yeah, roll for damage. All right, you just take that door just right off its hinge. And when you come out of this door, it looks like the gargoyle is facing the opposite direction now, facing you again. Whereas before he was looking at you from the stairs, now he's looking at you coming out of this room.
Seeing that, I'm actually gonna take my spear and throw it at him.
All right, do it with advantage. Well, it's going to hit either way. Okay, let me double check something. I forget what there. Okay. So it just takes 4 damage, apparently.
Yeah, they have like piercing resistance.
Yep, and it immediately starts to come alive. So roll for initiative.
Do do do. Boop. Fuck.
And so it immediately just just flies towards you or whatever, or I don't know what it's doing. It's doing some creepy shit. That's all I know. And and it just comes up, and actually, it's going to attempt to grab you.
So it'd be a strength check against it. Would I do a save or just a check?
Just a check. It's a contest.
Bitch.
Yep, and it's your turn.
And so now I'm gonna raise my sledgehammer up with 2 hands.
All right. Yeah, roll for damage. I just want to let you know that I made it so it was vulnerable to this damage, since it's made of stone.
That's
so
13.
Yeah, I think you killed it. Well, feel free to describe however you want that to occur.
So after I, just kind of shake it off of me, I'm going to raise up the sledgehammer and just bring it straight down onto its head, just cracking it all the way through, and it just kind of falls apart.
Okay. And, alright, cool. And in the rubble, you see more shadows. You see shadows just come out of the rubble and just move.
Alright, well, I'm going to pick up my spear here. Wait, did my spear stick into it, or did it just kind of hit it, deal a little damage, and then fall off to the side?
It totally glanced off of it, and It's actually stuck in the wall.
Alright, I'm going to run over to my spear and yank it out.
Yep, you do so.
And then I'm gonna place it back in the natural holder it has on my back.
Yep. I just imagine, because your character has some weird modification, it's like basically you have little things that just grab stuff.
Yeah.
Like they look like latches, but it's like your skin muscles.
And then I'm gonna run over to the double doors and try to get through those.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, they open, but they kind of stick a little bit. And inside, you just see a noose with a head somehow, a skull that somehow has retained its balance in the noose, and a pile of bones underneath it, on top of a bare rug, and a really messy bed that seems to be infested with bugs.
Is there like a window or anything I can see? You know, anything leading outside?
There's a door that might lead outside.
I'm I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try and go through it.
Okay. It looks like the door doesn't want to. No, the door budges. You go out there and you come across. You're on some railing, third floor. You're about 50 feet up, and you can see the village of Barovia in all of its decrepit glory, or unglory, I should say.
Okay, I'm gonna start climbing down.
Okay. All right. Give me an athletics check.
Really?
All right. Give me one more athletics check. You're good. You make it to the bottom.
And so you said that I see the village of Barovia in its undestroyed glory, or just
No. In its decrepit unglory.
okay. I just wanted to make sure. And so I'm going to.
The house groans. You're outside of it, but it groans.
I'm gonna slam my sledgehammer into the wall of the house.
Okay, yeah.
13.
And when you do so, your sledgehammer goes through, and it just goes straight through the wall. But then the wall starts to heal around it, and getting it stuck in the wall.
Alright, I'm gonna try and pull it out.
Give me a DC 20 strength check.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I'm not getting that sledgehammer back. Well,
The house groans once again.
alright, well. um, I'm just.
Good job. This has been so productive. You got so much out of this.
I mean, I got a sword.
You did.
Yeah, I'm gonna, keep walking through the town and see if I can find anybody.
Yeah. Well, you see what looks to be a church, but it's in ruins. And in front of the church is a fountain with an elvish script written onto its face, which is just a huge cross, but it looks like it might be upside down. Maybe. Yeah, the cross could be upside down.
Okay, I'm gonna read the elven script.
Yep. And by the way, this is in front of the church. I hope I made that clear. Yeah, if you just take some time translating it, you realize it just says, "Give me blood." And the fountain is completely dry, by the way.
Well, I'm gonna go into the church.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll once on this table. You see a bunch of caltrops that apparently are just stuck in the floorboards. So you should probably be careful as you walk around.
Man, if I hadn't gotten rid of the sledgehammer, I could have used it to pry those up.
Yep.
Alright, so yeah, I'm going to carefully make my way through, um, trying to call out to see if there's anybody here.
Your voice echoes, and it looks like an apparition might be at the altar.
Does the apparition look like it's doing anything, or?
He looks to be in a praying pose or position.
Okay, I'm going to walk up to the apparition. And try to get its attention.
Okay. He says, "Hello, lost soul. What can I do for you, my child?"
What happened to this town?
What was that?
I said, what happened to this town?
Oh. It was destroyed by the Lord of Dread, Strahd von Zadovich.
He seems to be everyone's problem.
Yes.
Do you know of any way I could find him?
You'd have to find a way through the mist, and he just points to the east. I sense something on you. A holy symbol.
And
the Morning Lord.
And I just kind of, I reach for the silvered holy emblem that I grabbed. Are you talking about this?
Yes. Yes, I am. I need to give it the power of the dawn. Give it to me. Put it right here on front of the pedestal.
So I'm going to place it on the pedestal.
And he goes back into a praying pose. And then you can see, like, lost souls start to appear in the church, like they're all attending a church service. And they all start to walk up to the symbol and touch it. And when they touch it, they just disappear one after another. And
as I see this happening, I'm going to pull my sword out as though I'm, like, ready for something to attack me.
Okay. Yep. And and eventually they all come up, and all of them are disappeared, and all that's left is the ghost of a priest in front of you. The holy symbol starts to glow in a ethereal sort of way, not a light sort of way. And he says, now it can help you through the mist. These souls can keep it away, keep it at bay on the roads.
Thank you. And before I go, what do you know about that house in the middle of town? The only one that hasn't been destroyed.
It is cursed by something great, no doubt. The Lord of Dread had something to do with it. No one should go in there. They usually don't come out.
I just happened to pull this sword from it.
Well, you are quite the exception. Good luck. And the ghost vanishes. And you get a point of inspiration as well.
Oh, neat. Alright, well, I think that I'm going to just go on through, I'm going to walk back out really quick and mutter to myself as I walk past the upside down cross, like, damn, I should have asked him about this.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
just to satiate my curiosity before I actually venture off through the mist, I'm actually going to make a small cut on one of my fingers and touch it to the cross.
Okay. Yeah, the blood runs down the cross slowly, ever so slowly. We get a close up of your eyeballs watching the blood drip down from the cross down towards the bottom of the fountain, very slowly, like watching paint dry. But eventually it touches the bottom. And you get some sort of like it just glows slightly for just a moment and fades.
That could be dangerous. So I'm going to try and knock it over.
Okay, sure. I don't see. Well, yeah. I don't see why you couldn't if you want to take the time to do that. It's going to take you all night or all day to do it, maybe, because it's pretty heavy.
Well, I'm going to throw my rope around it,
Okay.
and then I'm going to just kind of tug as hard as I can a couple of times, see if I can even get it to like crack or anything like that.
All right. Yeah. Give me 3 strength checks. If any of these pass a 20, you can do it.
Nope.
Cool.
And it makes me miss my sledgehammer.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That I totally forgot I had manually removed from my attack list.
It wasn't even that long that you had it for.
I know. But, seeing that I can't really get it to move or anything like that, I'm just going to make a note to come back with something bigger.
Okay.
And I'm going to continue out of town to the east. I think he said I had to go.
Yeah. So as you walk down the road with this amulet, I guess, or holy symbol, the mist just starts to kind of get pushed back to the sides of the street as you walk, and it seems to stay that way. So, and then eventually you get to the edge of the wood, and the mist opens up, revealing the map, or the lands of Barovia. Just covered in fog, fog walls all around it. What we've come to expect with the land of Barovia. And you can also see the castle just looming over the landscape to the east.
Gonna make a note. That's where I need to go. And I'm gonna continue down the road, kind of following it until I can find another settlement. Or anything, really.
Yep. Yeah. As you, I'm gonna roll for a random encounter. Okay. Let's see. All right. You see one dire wolf that. You just see one dire wolf that seems to be an undead dire wolf. Actually, I like this. That just is sniffing the air, like it's about to pick up your position.
Alright, well, I'm going to slowly draw my spear, and then I'm going to chuck it at it.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and Go ahead and yeah, just roll the attack. Do you want to? It doesn't matter. You overthrow it actually, and it just goes right over it. And it looks at the spear that you threw. You get one more. You get one more action.
How far away from it is me? Or how? I can talk. How far away from me is it?
It's probably 40 feet away from you.
Just out of range. Alright, well, I'm going to draw my sword and then just kind of start walking towards it.
Okay. Let's see. Actually, give me a stealth check really quick. I'm just gonna use the normal wolf to do my perception.
I am not stealthy, so.
Yeah, so it definitely sees you. So it's its turn. It turns around and snarls, and it comes up to, and it just lunges at you. Score 17.
It does hit.
Does 5 damage.
Okay. I think it hit. It's just
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna swing at it with my sword.
Okay. It hits. Ooh, nice. So yeah, it does. You do quite a lot of damage, but it's still standing. You've just completely put a gash through him, but it doesn't seem like he feels the pain. So he lunges at you again. Oops, sorry. Oops. +2. 16.
Hits.
For 5 damage.
Jesus Christ. Wait, how come it had a +4 before? I'm so confused. Alright, I'm gonna swing at it with my sword again.
Okay. Hits. And yeah, how do you want to describe killing this undead creature?
So, I'm guessing as it lunged at me, it bit onto my free arm that's not wielding the sword, and I take the sword and I just cut off its head.
Yeah, that works. Strangely enough, since we described it this way, it tries to bite you. Its head tries to bite you again, but when it opens its mouth, it just falls to the floor and it's just snapping.
I'm going to kick it.
You do so. And you hear a little whimper, just like the wolves from before, but it's just a head this time.
And so now I'm gonna go and see if I can find my spear.
Yeah, you find your spear. You can pick it back up.
Okay. And I'm gonna continue along the path. Keep my eye out for any of them undead werewolf things.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. As you make your way down, you come across another. There's a path that leads up to the castle. To your right and to the left, you see another large gate, like from before. Only it seems like you're on the other side of it this time. Like you're behind the gate. And this one's completely open. Like there's no portcullis or anything. It's just completely open.
Okay. I sit for a minute thinking about the challenges I've already faced, and how a tree almost did enough damage to kill me.
Which one did? Wait, did I almost kill you again?
No. But
Oh yeah.
In the beginning with the tree, I almost
Yes.
died. I was down
Yes.
to 3 hit points. And and thinking about how Strahd controls this land and how he's so much stronger, I'm going to go through the gateway.
Okay.
You know,
This is away from the castle, right? That you're trying to go. Okay.
Yeah, to the left. Hoping to find a way to make myself stronger before I face Strahd.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. You see, you go down like a sort of somewhat mountainous, hilly path, and after about a couple miles of walking, you can, you see some vistas and stuff in the distance. So you do think that there are maybe other towns or other villages or something. But you come across what looks to be a windmill silo thing, like maybe it was used for making wheat or something to that effect, or processing wheat
Well, and
or flour.
seeing the windmill, I'm gonna look at the sword with the windmill symbol on it, and I'm going to approach the windmill.
Okay. To the left, you see some strange-looking obelisks that are kind of in a circle, all each facing each other with different symbols on them. And then yeah, you see a door in front of what looks to be a 3-story windmill. There's 2 windows. Windmill. There's like 2 windows, like one on the 2nd floor and one on the 3rd floor, and the actual fans are kind of destroyed, or not altogether, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Do I notice any lights in the windmill or anything like that?
No. Though there are ravens flying up above, like an ominous omen.
Hmm. Alright, well, I'm going to walk up to the windmill and I'm going to open the door.
Okay. Oh my god, that smells so good. Alice is making steak. Oh.
Immersion broken.
I'm sorry. Food, man.
No.
I think we should call it here.
Okay. Yeah, it's been about an hour and a half, 2 hours, so yeah. No, that's a good.
Yeah.
All right. So we are ending at the windmill.
Yep.
It's a wonderful place to end.
Yes.
Who knows what will happen? Ooh. Tune in next time for Curse of Josh.
Yes.
It'd be really great if I had a webcam that could capture like the facial expressions I do while I'm doing that.
Right. True. Do you have any webcam right now? I guess you could always like redo it, like using your phone. You could record something if you wanted.
Yeah, it's not that important. One thing I could actually do is instead of recording it through what am I trying to say here? Instead of recording it through my desktop, I could hook up my laptop, and because that records the webcam, but it's not that important. I might do that eventually, but
Yep.
it's not a big deal.
Yeah. So, how did you feel about our session 1?